for the vast majority of it. How do you all kind of stay in there and just dig out stops, possession after possession, the way that you did?
Yeah, it was, and I mean, we were good. I think for 46 minutes we played. I think our defense was good all game. Obviously, PG got really hot in that second half, and we played good defense on him. He was hitting tough shots, and you give credit where credit's due there, and he's a hell of a player and made some big plays for them down the stretch. But I think overall defensively we stuck to our schemes. We made good reads, and I think, as I said, they made a lot of tough shots, and you've got to give credit to them on that. But I think overall we're happy with how we're tracking in that on the defensive end of the game, and I think we're making strides in that area.
Shai had, I think, 15 in the third quarter. Just your perspective as you're out there on the floor or watching from the bench as he's doing that.
It's a lot of fun to watch. I mean, it's even as a teammate of his, it's enjoyable to be out there and play with him while he's in those moments. And you can just see he gets that look in his eye and he just wants to take over games. And he does that. He's done that, on a lot of nights for us. And he puts us on his back in those, especially in that third quarter. He's done it in a few games now where he just, he wants to take over and really give us that edge. And he's done that, but it's up to the rest of our guys around him to kind of carry that load as well. So credit to him. He's, we're watching a star evolve in front of us, and he's been really good for us this year.
Josh, they went on a lot of runs tonight, especially in that to those runs. Just what's going through the group's head, what's going through your head as you try to respond and try to remain poised in those moments?
Yeah, well, I mean the game's, a basketball game is a game of runs, and we know they're going to have theirs, we're going to have ours, and it's a matter of how well you can weather the storm in those runs. And I think, we had our fair share, they had their fair share, and it's something we're going to learn as a young team, just with experience, how to kind of manage those situations. And I think, when a team goes on a big run, usually there's a timeout called, we get a little chance to kind of reset. But if there's no timeouts, it's up to the guys on the floor to come together, at a dead ball, a free throw, whatever it is, and kind of tighten up and to figure out what we've got to do to, stop their run. And I think, as I said, that comes with games, that comes with experience, and I think we're going to learn that over the course of the year. But, in those situations when it's a close game down the stretch, we're going to have to learn to, that game was in our hands, and we let that slip. So those situations are something we're going to have to work on, and as I said, we're going to learn how to deal with those situations as we play more games.
Josh, after a slow first half, you really got it going in the second half. Was there anything different for you personally from that first half to the second half?
Not really. I mean, stuff just, stuff started opening up. They started doubling Shai a bit more. It allowed us other guys to get on the ball a bit. So nothing changed. My mindset's the same, all 48 minutes. But I think in that first half, I was a little bit passive. I took a couple tough floaters. I wasn't really getting downhill, trying to create for other guys. So I think in that second half, I just put more of an emphasis on, getting in the lane, so when the defense collapsed, I can kick it out or finish myself. So, that was my mindset going into the half.
Anything on Zoom? Christos, go ahead. Christos Altas.
Hello, Josh. Can you hear me?
Yep, go ahead. We can hear you.
Okay, great. Hello, Josh. After the game against the Warriors, you turned around and you responded well tonight. What would you like to maintain and what would you like to improve about your game after that loss against the Clippers?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely progress from the Golden State game. The Golden State was tough. We missed a lot of shots. I mean, defensively, we held them to 90-something, which is a winnable game. And, it just came down to our offensive end. So we know we're making progress on the defensive end, and I think that's something we're going to have to continue to do. And I think, as I spoke about before, I think something we're going to have to continue to learn and get better at is how to manage late game situations. And I think tonight you could see they were more experienced than us, and they understood it a bit more. And that's going to come with time. And I think our guys are willing to learn from tonight and those other close games that we've lost. And I think going forward, this is a good learning point for us. Whether we win or lose, it's not the end of the world right now. I think making sure we learn from these lessons and not just seeing it as a loss, but as a growth opportunity. And I think the guys on our team are really good and have that mindset that we lost. We will review the film tomorrow. Then when we come back the next night against the Lakers, it's back to 0-0. So that's the mindset that we have moving forward now.